And welcome everyone to the Music City. Here we are for the Nashville 135 at the fantastic Nashville Superspeedway. One of the most unique ovals you will find anywhere on the NASCAR schedule. About 1.3-mile concrete oval. I'm, of course, your play-by-play man, James Watson, joined with my cohort and race control Matthew Weeks and our producer Jesse Rasimas. First of all, real quick, Matt, how you doing?
I'm doing good. Ready to watch them racing at one of my favorite tracks, so it's gonna be good.
Absolutely. I feel if there's any track that you would be good at, it's definitely here. But yeah, it's gonna be one heck of a race so far. And your starting lineup, your pulse hitter, Tommy Ryan, with a fantastic lap, just barely eking it out over Ethan Stanley, who shares the front row with him. Got JP Phillips in the 34 and Richard Thomas on the second row of the grid. Shane Tyrion and Gerald Campbell on row 3. Caleb Pacumer and Leighton Norgard row 4. Jay Connor, Gavin Higgins rounding out your top 10. Jonathan Cutlip and William White on rounding out the first page of the grid. Nico Garcia and Justin Vandermar row 7. David Westergreen in the 09 and Logan Shea in the 4, row 8. Dylan Navier in the 57, Brandon Smith in the 65, row 9. Josh Adams and Seth Rawls all shift esports row, rounding out the top 20. Dustin Dorr, Graham Bullis, row 11. Ty McIntosh and Jeff Ryan, row 12 for the second page of the grid. Cody McCorkle and Shaw Johnson in row 13. Harrison Talon, Connor Thompson, row 14. Joe Francis and Neil Rett, your top 30. Ryan Campbell, and let me see if I can remember what you told me last week. Inabit? Inabit, okay. So one of these days I'll get it. My bad, Austin. Mitch Xavier, Ricky Harden, row 17. Mike Hossack, Kurt Gibson, 35th and 36. And your final starter, there's Tyler Dixon, Liam Cullen, Sam Bootwell, Trey Eitzen, top 40, Cole Bear, and Jaden Rasimas. That is a lot farther down the order than I think any of us would have expected to find Trey Eitzen. And real quick, the championship standings. Trey Eitzen, Ethan Stanley, William White, Gerald Campbell, Nico Garcia, top 5. Shane Tyrion, Ty McIntosh, Gavin Higgins, Cody McCorkle, Leighton Norgard, top 10. Seth Rawls, Tommy Rhines, Dustin Dorr, Joe Francis, Josh Adams, Brandon Smith, Connor Thompson, and Jaden Rasimas.
And then Jeff Ryan had an EOL at the start of the race too, so he had to give up that decent qualifying spot to go all the way to the back.
Yeah, that is incredibly unfortunate for him. But his brother occupies the top qualifying spot, and here we go. Pace car will make the hard left-hand turn onto pit road. Tommy Ryan will lead us to the restart zone. Green means go, and we're underway in the Music City. Side by side as they go past the start-finish line.
Oh, someone's wrecking in one there.
Oh, we got someone going around. Oh, what a
it.
save! Oh, but we're still going around, but we're still staying green. Amazing saves from Joe Francis and Dylan Javier to keep us going in under green flag conditions as Ethan Stanley sends it to the inside of Tommy Ryan, trying to take the lead of this race off of 4. Looks like Ryan's going to pull him. Going to be close at the line. Oh, meanwhile, we got a truck going around. Another save, Sam Boutwell. Sam Boutwell. I'm sorry, Sam. I also can never remember. But a fantastic save by Sam. Yeah, I think might have been a little bit of contact from the 92. As Stanley and Ryan are still side by side battling for the lead of this race. Ryan still continues to hold on to it. JP Phillips right behind both of them, trying to figure out where he's going to put the 34 truck. Ryan really making that middle line work for him. Ethan Stanley not giving up. He's won practically everything in these past 7 days. He's won every elite race but the elite IndyCar race at Pocono from the other day, and he wants to keep this win streak in the stock cars going.
Yeah, and it's going to be hard tonight because John Cutlip's here tonight. He's one of these. He's very good at this track. I've raced him plenty of times for wins here.
Yeah, this track definitely rewards a certain type of driving style. You know, if you're good at these flatter technical tracks, you tend to do really well here. There's not a whole lot of banking to speak of at Nashville Superspeedway, but it's very high speed. Again, this is a big track. Like I said, there's no other track close to this, which is why a lot of the drivers like it. It just takes a unique driving style.
Yeah, it's high speed down the straights, but you got to slow down a lot for the corners. So you know, man, us drivers, you know, we like to use that brake because now they got these cars where you're on the throttle all the time. So when you actually got to drive the car, it's fun. And this place, no matter what, the truck, Xfinity car, you know, Cup car, you really got to drive this place. And it's deceiving. You can go real fast, but you will kill the tires here with this concrete surface. It'll just overheat them, and you'll pay for it.
Yeah, it's so easy to overdrive. You just need to be so smooth on all inputs, brake, throttle, steering. If you're off on any of them, you're gonna be giving yourself a hard time as this run goes on.
There's a little checkup there. William made a move. It's these one of these places where it's hard to pass on the bottom too, and you can see these guys stuck side by side for laps, just battling.
And you called out Jonathan Cutlip. John started outside the top 10, and that's where he remains. He has not been able to make any ground up so far. It's still just kind of mired back here in the 12th position.
Yeah, I've been watching him. He's just taking it easy on the tires, trying not to overheat them, and I say probably about lap 18ish, right there, 15 to 20 in that number. I think you start seeing him really start gaining spots.
Well, already, as you say that, he ducks to the outside of Jay Connor. He's going to have the momentum. Got a little close, but Cutlip is able to, not quite clear him. Connor throws it back in, trying to hold on to this spot.
Yeah, but John pinched off his exit. That was a good move right there. John lifted real early, high entry, you know, then cut it down and made sure, you know, Jay didn't have the exit speed that he needed to get by him.
Yeah, and that hamstrung the 9 pretty significantly. You saw him lose a spot to the 81 and was able to fight off the 4 and only lose one spot in that interaction. Is up front, the battle for the lead is kind of subsided for the moment. Ethan Stanley tucked behind the 66.
Yep, and if I remember right, Tommy was pretty quick here last season as well. So
And he's absolutely showing that he's got the pace right now. And you have to have the pace if you're going to hold off Ethan Stanley of all people. Like I said, in the middle of the run of all runs. You talk about last week's Juicy Spider Truck Race. He said IRP won. Last week's Grand National race at the Glen won. 03 Cup at Charlotte won. Hey, I had to remember that. It's not like I was the play-by-play guy for that race. Totally no reason for me to remember that.
And we're not going to talk about the Cup race. We're going to forget about that.
Yeah, but you can't forget he won that one too. So, yeah, just a run that you can only dream of as a driver, just stepping into any car and just dominating for Ethan Stanley. And it's going to take a lot for that run to end, but so far Tommy Ryan's doing a fantastic job holding the lead of this race as we see the 54 and the 09 side by side for position.
Excuse me. Oh, I thought D West was
Ooh.
gonna lift a little bit and let Justin have it. Justin looks pretty good. The longer they get on these tires, I'm gonna say it's really pounding them there. Just the more you race side by side, the more you're gonna lose that pack in front of you. So it's like, do you lose more time and and race this guy, or you just let the guy go and you stay with the pack? It's a hard decision sometimes. As D West really fought back hard there. It's just so hard to pass on the bottom here, and I think the only time you're really going to get that bottom to work is late in the run.
Yeah, and this is a great track for Westergreen too. Obviously, David making a bit of a rare start here in the Juicy Spider Truck Series, but this is one of his favorite tracks and a track that really fits into his driving style. David is very smooth and conservative on his input, so you see him tend to run up front at tracks like this quite a bit. So far so good, running top 15 for your old D West.
And that's a good run for a guy that you touched on. He really doesn't race a lot of these truck races. He picks and chooses which one he wants to do, and this is one of the best tracks. I noticed a lot of guys that haven't raced, show up to this race sometimes. So
Yeah,
let's see the race for the lead is starting to get real close. Stanley and JP's really caught Ryan there and putting some pressure on him.
yeah, you wonder if the tires are just starting to fall off a little bit for our pole sitter as Stanley slides up a little bit, trying to get to the inside, but Ryan will pull him once again. Oh, here comes JP Phillips looking to the inside of the 91. Phillips trying to take over second. So far, so good. Stanley start to prevail a little bit, but Phillips has been able to hold that position a lot better than most. But Stanley edging out forward as they sail off into turn one. Phillips trying to hold that bottom, and oh man, Stanley just so much pace off of turn two. He'll clear, and now he's going to try to use that momentum and take the lead of this race. Oh, I think he got him. Stanley sliding up, and he will clear the 66. Oh boy, not a whole lot of gap between those two trucks. Ethan Stanley, your new race leader.
It did it perfect. It made the guy behind him lift, and that was a clean slide job right there, and just took that momentum on the outside of 1 and 2 and took it all the way to the lead.
Yeah, now what happens if you're Tommy Ryan? Now that you don't have the advantage of the clean air, your trucks start to kind of labor a bit. Now it's going to be tough to keep everyone behind him. Now he still has the 34 to deal with. Now he has the 39 of Tyrion and the 37 of Richard Thomas right there trying to gain position.
Yeah, and it just looks like now those, second, third, fourth, and fifth are pretty equal. Stanley really saved his tires pretty well there, but the clean air helped Tommy Ryan as well. And, you save a lot more in the clean air than you do in the dirty air.
Absolutely. As you saw, 37 looking to the inside the 39, but unable to pull off a move. Meanwhile, towards the middle of the pack, just de Verdenwar heating up the tailgate of the 09 once again. As D West looking to the inside of Nico Garcia, or my bad, the 4 of Logan Shea. Shea with the fantastic Casey Kane number 4. He's a lifelong Kane fan. Always puts a smile on my face seeing that 4 font as those two came close to the wall coming off of turn 4. But a great pass from D West. Oh, Shea got the outside wall going into turn 1. But move Westergreen up into P14 and has a little bit of clean air. A little bit of a gap as he tries to run down P13.
Yeah, it looks like the Ford's kind of holding up this pack right here. He's burning stuff up. They're all really lining up behind him, and now starting to put pressure on Justin, and Sam's getting pressure from the 66. And I see Adams, who usually qualifies really good and runs very well here, is kind of towards back here too, racing the 70 truck, having a hard time trying to pass on the bottom. It's just, I think the 4 car is burning stuff up and has everyone all in a cluster right here.
Yeah, as you see the 26 side by side with Graham Bullis. Oh, yeah,
That was
this
close.
is close. Yeah, this is a nice little gaggle of cars. See, 26 almost making it by. Battling with the 65 of, I believe, Brandon Smith. Running that. Seems like to me that paint is a bit of a throwback to the old Jack Sprague number 24 Team GMAC car from. Oh, there's contact! Smith going up to the wall. Caution is out. What a save by Smith.
I don't know how that was a caution, but the first couple ones when people were completely sideways wasn't.
Right?
What a save though. Way to keep it off the wall.
Absolutely. I have no idea how he held on to that truck. You see Dustin Dorr right there behind, and Dusty sends it off into the corner. Not sure if the 65 kind of came down on him. I don't think he was quite expecting the send from Dorr. It was a great send by Dustin. Honestly, I don't know how you're gonna rule that there, Matt, because I don't know. I just maybe consider making that a racing deal if I was race control. But now this gives the field opportunity to pit for the first time, and this is welcome relief for the 66, I'm sure. So you see everyone bringing it down. A single person even thinking of staying out on these older tires. At least at least I don't think at any rate. See, looks like all the top qualifiers into their boxes clean. And it's going to be close off of pit row, and I think Ethan Stanley will retain the lead of this race. I think we got too much change in position, but I think we're going to take the opportunity to take a breath and take a break, and we'll be back shortly.
3 years of sellout crowds, 3 years of edge of your seat action, 3 years of jaw-dropping finishes. Worldwide Technology Raceway has rocked the world of NASCAR, and now NASCAR is giving us another reason to celebrate. The 2025 NASCAR Cup Series Championship Playoffs are coming Sunday, September 7th, 2025. Just when you thought the racing couldn't get any more intense, now every single lap matters. One wrong move could be the difference between elimination and being crowned the king. The Enjoy Illinois 300, the Confluence Music Festival, the NASCAR Cup Series Playoffs, and for the first time in 15 years, the NASCAR Xfinity Series on Saturday, September 6th. Don't be on the outside looking in. See history being made in your own backyard. Go to www.raceway.com for the hottest ticket of the year.
And we are back, and we are 1 to green as we speak. Field making their way onto the back straightaway, and race control did in fact rule that racing deal between the 32 and the 65. We are now making our way into turn 3. Gonna have front row Ethan Stanley and Tommy Ryan. It's the pace car getting ready to make that hard left-hand turn on the pit road. Ethan Stanley will lead us back to the restart zone. Green means going. We're back underway in Nashville. Fantastic jump from Stanley. Not a good jump from Ryan, and he's going to have to do his damnedest to try to hold on to P2 and get back by the 34 of Phillips, and it's not. JP Phillips will take over P2. Oh, we got a truck hard to the wall. Oh, we got a big one. Multiple trucks involved. Oh, Trey Eidson hard to the inside wall. Oh, man. Michael Hosick telling us to look from his onboard through that. Man, a huge wreck on the restart. Whoa, wow. Oh, man, it's the 10 of Ty McIntosh, I believe. Is it? Is that who we're on board with, right? Okay. Yeah, fantastic job from Ty avoiding that. Looking at the 97 of Sean Judson. Oh, just nowhere to go. Oh. Yeah, it looks like this started with the 92 and the 65.
Yeah. The 65, I think it's the 30 truck in front of him gets loose. The 65 gets loose, and
oh yeah,
Ethan really had nowhere to go. It's just the 65 was trying to save himself from wrecking and slowed up a lot. And Ethan just wasn't ready for it.
Yeah, here we are on board with the 24 of Michael Hosick. And oh my good, wow! Threading the needle for Michael Hosick, incredible! Oh man, they just pitted for tires, but I think Hosick's gonna have to pit for a new pair of shorts after that one. And then can we get a view? I want to take a look at Ricky Harden. Saw Ricky well in the middle of that wreck. Yeah, this wreck happens right in front of Ricky Harden. Was there net code? Because I swore... Can we see the chopper? Yeah, right there. Yeah, there was some significant net code with the 69 and the 65. Like, I think Ricky might have been able to get through that a lot better, but you saw it. There was some gap between him and Brandon Smith, but yet the 69 just hops up into the air. I think Ricky got absolutely unlucky with that netcode. Well, you have a lot of trucks gonna need repair after that. Massive wreck towards the back of the field, taking out quite a few. But now we are once again back 1 to green, and what was the ruling on that, Matthew?
I'm still looking at it.
Okay. Yeah, it's a lot to look and try to figure out. I don't envy your position in that whatsoever. But now we are about to get back underway. The pace car getting ready to make that hard left-hand turn onto pit road. Ethan Stanley is going to lead us back to the restart zone. Gramey is going. We're back underway at Nashville. Great jump from Stanley. Once again, outside lane, not being able to get a good jump. Oh, we're under chaos again. Oh. Something happened to Sam Boutwell. Oh, there's a major stack up in the back, and poor Sam is the unluckiest participant. Turn from the 3, nothing that Jeff Ryan could do on that. Just massive accordion effect as the green is about to wave. Well, I think we're going to take a quick opportunity to shout out one of our biggest partners, Blue Egg Marketing. Rev up your business with Blue Egg, your marketing pit crew. Turbocharge your lead generation with experienced drivers that can navigate the competitive track to connecting with your customers. With Blue Egg, you're always in the pole position, leading your brand toward victory lane. Don't spin your wheels. Accelerate success with Blue Egg, fueling small businesses to win big. And let's see, we are getting close to the end of the stage. We have 6 laps until the end of stage number 1. So now everything is going to be a heck of a lot more crazy. And I believe the race control might have deemed the big one off of turn 2 from the previous caution racing deal. And then who is that? Is that I'm guessing that must be the lucky dog recipient going by. So the last 2 cautions were racing incidents then?
Yeah, they're both. Yeah, this one is just a restart, a big checkup in the back of the field.
Yeah, and don't quite understand where the checkup even needed to happen. We got through the first few restarts, minimal issues.
Yeah, I don't know what it was. The green truck back there, I guess he left a little gap and then he sped up to catch, the pack, and everyone behind him did the same thing, and it was just a chain reaction of everyone just hitting them, trying to hit the brakes at the same time, pretty much.
We are 1 to green. Field making the way down the back straightaway as we're going to have 4 laps to go till the end of stage 1.
Yep. And it's gonna get crazy here, and if I'm not mistaken, if they run a lap, I think like 2 laps, they'll probably, if a caution comes out and they wreck, that'll be the end of the stage right there as well. So hopefully they can, race it out to the end of the stage and then keep going. But we know how these boys get when points are on the line.
Absolutely. This pace car makes a hard left-hand turn onto pit road. Ethan Stanley will lead us to the restart zone. Green means going. We're back underway at Nashville. Stanley gets away once again. Not a good jump from the outside, and JP Phillips gonna regain P2. Just nothing the car in the outside front row can do.
I don't know.
Well, and you see a massive humanity towards the back of the field.
Yeah, I think I seen the 3 truck go in the grass. I seen someone almost wreck. It was crazy.
Whoa! We got a truck going around. Shea Francis turned back up the track. We are back under yellow. Oh man, I am surprised this wasn't even a bigger incident. You see contact Oh, man. Saw it started with contact between a few trucks. There we go. Yeah, looks like Hossack into Shea. Let's see here. 3 wide in front of Hossack. Hossack gets the apron, goes to the tries to go to the inside, makes contact with the rear of the 4. And ends up 55 ends up getting turned up. But man, I think Joe Francis absolutely lucked out hard on that one. I am amazed that that 55 truck didn't get worse damage, although he's bringing it to a stop. And did he tow? Oh, he did tow. Okay, so apparently it was a lot worse than what it initially looked like. That is unfortunate for Joe Francis. Oh, I think there was net code there when Francis got turned up. The truck that hit him trying to go around him, there was contact, but man, let's see, back up. Yeah, that looks like net code to me. I'm not entirely sure who was going by, but yeah, net code. Eh, yeah, I think just a bit. Yeah, netcode's seeming to rear its ugly head quite a bit tonight. But after all that, we are back to 1 to green already once again, and that is also the end of your stage. So, look like few brought it down and a few stayed out. Quite a few stayed out, in fact. Where is Stanley? All the way down in 25th. Interesting. Faith's car makes a hard left-hand turn on the pit road. JP Phillips will lead us back to the restart zone. Green means go. We're back underway at Nashville. Huge jump from Phillips, and Tyrion will follow him through to P2, or at least attempt to at any rate. Yes, he will. Now Tommy Ryan having to fight to hold on to third as here comes Gavin Higgins to the inside. Tyrion will jump in front of the 66. As you see Racing deal on that last caution with the 4 and the 24. Higgins trying to drive it down into turn 3, trying to clear the 66 of Tommy Ryan, and he will not. Ryan holding on to the rear quarter panel of that 20 truck. As you see these two continue the battle, here comes Jared Campbell battling with the 81 of Nico Garcia.
I thought he was gonna drive it underneath there. Thought he was gonna dab him right there.
I did too, and see the 43 of William White behind those two. As Ryan and Higgins continue the battle. Oh, we're gonna be 3 wide here. It's like Seth Rawls, the 60, I think is at the 11 of Neil Rutt. Oh, it's gonna be tied off of turn 2. They are still 3 wide. Oh, and he clears. Move Neil Rutt up past this battle. So I think
Making
we
that
got
number
Val for
11
the
look
lead.
good.
I don't think the 11 needs much more help in that regard. So we see Tyrion looking to the inside. JP Phillips battling for the lead. Off of turn 2, he's going to edge ahead, but here comes Phillips with the momentum from the outside.
It's going to
drive it.
Tough to pass him down there.
He's trying to make it work. Tyrion with the Everham Fought 39, which is really awesome to see, is A, someone who grew up as a Kane fan, and 2, someone who always uses the 39 himself. May have to run that myself at some point. But anyways, they still battle side by side. This lead battle has not slowed down whatsoever. Oh, Tyrion sliding up a little bit.
JP had to lift in the middle of the corner. He overdrove the entry.
I think they both Sorry, man. I think they both overdrove the entry on that one.
Oh, you're good, man. It's a good entertainment right here. It's good battling for the lead, so we want to see.
Absolutely. And now, if you're Tommy Ryan, what do you do? Do you follow Phillips? Do you follow Tyrion? Do you say heck it and just send it 3 wide? And answer is none of the above, as JP Phillips clears Tyrion and regains the lead of this race.
And I guess I was looking at the last wreck as race control there. I noticed we don't see nobody up here. Some people up here, I guess they pitted.
Yeah, they did, and I'm curious on the strategy calls then of why they pitted, why most of the field stayed out. We don't quite have the fuel numbers on hand right now, so we're kind of guessing and speculating at this point. I don't think we're going to get a good idea, a good answer for another 55 laps or so.
Yeah, I would say probably about 45, 50 laps would be my guess. So they could have been like right on the money to make it to the end, possibly. You know, I'm not 100% sure on the numbers. They might go further, might be like 55. Who knows? But if they pitted, that means if those guys pitted, because you know Stanley, looked like Cutlip, and a couple other guys, they know they have a chance of making it to the end. So I will trust them.
Absolutely. You can't imagine Ethan Stanley is going to make a massive blunder strategy-wise. As you see, Phillips starting to stretch the gap out a little bit, as now Tyrion's going to have to worry about the pole sitter. Here comes Tommy Ryan to his inside. Oh, he tries to clear, but he's not going to. Tyrion holding on to the outside. He will retake the spot. And here comes Gavin Higgins. Follow him through. Higgins not quite able to take it. Ryan driving it down to the inside, trying to hold him off. But Higgins hangs on the quarter panel of the 66. Side by side, these two holding on. That brings the 31 of Gerald Campbell up into this battle. That's the tough thing about this place, Matt. With the middle line being so dominant, you got to make sure you make that pass, you clear. Otherwise, you might be getting freight trained.
Yeah, but a good thing about it, it's just so hard to pass on the bottom too. You know, if you get to the outside of someone and really can carry that momentum, it's going to be an easy pass. Like Gavin there, it took him a full lap. If you're trying to pass someone on the bottom and your tires are better, he'll probably take you a good 5 or 6 laps just to work that guy over. So, but the bad thing about it is if you use that outside, you burn your tires more too. So it's like you got to play the cards right, to be honest with you, when you want to use that outside or when you don't.
Absolutely. Gotta know when to play what card and hope the chips fall in your favor. So you see side by side the 60 and Seth Rawls battle. This battle has been continuing for, I think, since we went back green. These 3 trucks have been throwing haymakers at each other for the entirety of it.
Yep, and then I'm looking in the background, I see Cutlip has got to the back bumper of Stanley, because he was like 8th when Stanley was leading the race earlier. So those guys are starting to slowly work their way up through the field.
Yeah, that'd be a big move to pull off if you're Cutlip. You want to be the first one in your strategy. You don't know what's going to be the winning strategy yet, but you want to make sure that you're winning your strategy. As we see almost 3 wide. Oh, we are 3 wide. McIntosh to the inside of Javier into Nabnet. Oh. Nabnet having to back off to avoid getting into the 57. As Javier is going to clear all of them.
McCorkle looked to try to get past the Nabnet too, but Nabnet closed the door right there. And if McCorkle went for it, he would have hit the wall.
So we're getting Sam Batwell reporting in an incident on lap 53. We see side by side a little, there we go, side by side between the one of Jane Rasimas and Michael Osick, as they have Ethan Stanley right behind him. It's like Dustin Dorr looking to the inside of Ethan Stanley. Whoa, Osick, little bit of contact on the outside. Coming off of turn 4. Cutlip and Dorr battling is Stanley trying to get by Michael Hosick. Stanley still not able to clear the 24 truck. And now Stanley has Jonathan Cutlip almost bump drafting him down the front stretch. Stanley's got to look out for that fire truck. That's a wily one, and it's the last person you want to let by if you're Ethan Stanley. So you see the one that Jaden Rasimas starting to gap this battle behind him. See Trey Eisen. Oh, go on, Matt.
I was going to touch on to what you said about, talking about not letting John by. That's the one guy you don't want to buy, because he's one of the best guys in the league at taking care of his tires. So that's one person you do not want to let in front of you if y'all are on the same strategy.
Absolutely, as we see Trey Eitzen right behind them. Eitzen, hardly any damage, if any, on that 92 truck. And that's huge considering he was heavily involved in that massive wreck off of turn 2 a while ago.
Yeah, because he did run into the back of the 65 truck, so I'm surprised he didn't get a lot of nose damage from that.
Yeah, big break for the 92 there. So we see Rhett and the Nabnet continuing to battle. Here's the 54. Justin Vandermerle trying to get his way past Neil Rhett. Neil's got to be careful. He's going to get freight train at this rate. We see almost 3 wide. Cullip will get by Stanley. There's a little bit of holdup as they were trying to get by the one of Jaden Rasimas, and that allows the 5 to get by Ethan Stanley. Huge move for Jonathan Cutlip here as he jumps to the outside in front of Jaden Rasimas. Meanwhile, Stanley still trying to get his way past the 1. Jaden doing a great job holding Stanley off. Stanley's got Eitzen right by him. They're both still trying to get by the 1, as now they have the double 1 to contend with as well. Neil Rutt. Cutlip clears Rutt.
And this is what Cutlip needed. Now he's starting to build a little gap on Stanley. Stanley's having to deal with these guys on older tires. But now Cutlip's going to be in the same spot as Stanley, and he's going to start, and they're going to come right back together with him trying to pass Norgard. Oh, Norgard let him go. Never mind.
Yeah, maybe a bit of a business decision perhaps from the 12. As you see, Eitzen and Stanley finally get by both the 1 and the 11. Vandermar on an Abnett side by side, both behind the 2 McCorkle. As Brandon Smith has retired from tonight's race.
Ooh, Justin sent it on the outside of McCorkle there.
He did. Oh, here we go. 3 wide. And look at Cutlip. Gets by the 3 wide. Dives to the inside of Vandermarls. There's still 3 wide right behind these two. Norgard, McCorkle, and an Abnett. And Abnett almost going to clear Trey Eitzen.
Oh, I thought they were
Trying
going to go
his
4.
luck. Oh, I thought they were too. Eitzen going to the apron trying to make the pass. As he was also able to get by Ethan Stanley before all this started. Ooh, that was close between Eitzen and Norgard.
Yeah, Stanley's starting to lose a lot of time now. He got stuck. Caleb got by this traffic. He's checked out. He's working his way now. He's one more truck and he's going to be able to clear out. Stanley's just having a hard time with this traffic.
Yeah, a bit of a surprise. You figured with the fresh tires, Stanley was maybe going to make not quick work of everyone, but would have an easier time than he is right now. To see everyone trying to make their way past the lap truck of Sam Boutwell in the 47.
Who is just having a bad night. Unlucky. Got early in the race, something happened. Then he got wrecked on the restart wreck, and then right before this long green flag run started, he got net coated into the wall. It's just not his night tonight.
No, it's been a rough season for Sam. He's caught, I don't know how many bad breaks in these races. Not really able to even work on getting a good run because getting caught up in a lot of moments that just aren't his doing.
It happens a lot in racing. Happens to all of us, to be honest with you. You get in that stretch where everything you can think of will happen to you.
Yeah, where you feel like you can do no right. And the important thing is...
Ooh, there was a truck in the grass, a green truck. I barely even seen him. He blended in.
Yeah, I think that truck is still on the grass right now. It might be in Nabnett. No, it's 96. Is that Cole Bear? Yeah, it is. And,
Just caught the grass.
Yeah. Happened on the apron, so no caution. But yeah, you were right with him blending into the grass. Sounds like Nico Garcia about to bring it down pit road.
Yeah, a lot of these guys that stayed out under that last caution are going to start pitting here soon. That way they have enough laps to try to catch the guys that pitted.
Yeah, and this is not an easy pit road entry because it's a bit of a smaller track. You don't have a whole lot of time to get on the binder coming off a turn 4 to get down onto pit road. And you've got a kind of a lot steeper change in elevation than you would think. It's really easy for the car to get upset as you're making the transition from the banking down to the apron. And so it's really easy to spin when you're bringing it down pit road.
And then you go from concrete to the blacktop, and then it goes straight, you're on a bacon, to straight flat. And I think this is probably, besides Dover, this is one of the hardest pit roads to get onto. It's such a challenge, and you gotta make sure you let these guys know you are pitting coming down the backstretch, because they gotta adjust for you to, for the exit of the corner, so they can exit without running you over.
I agree completely. As we see the race leaders bringing it down, Phillips, Ryan, Gavin Higgins stays out on the track.
Yeah, no, We really don't know how far they can go. We don't know. He might stretch it till he runs out and hope for a caution. Or you might just pit soon like everyone else. It's hard to tell. We should have checked the numbers before we got on here. I usually run laps, in the test session before the race starts just to get the idea how the truck feels, the number and the fuel numbers. I just didn't do it tonight.
Yeah, so we're gonna find these things out the same time you do, folks at home.
But I know one
Higgins.
thing: he can't make it. That's for sure. He can't make it to the
Yeah.
end.
Yeah, you're absolutely correct about that, but he still continues to stay out on the racetrack as you saw a mass of humanity going by Westergreen, McCorkle, Dewar. Black flag for Ryan Campbell. You see Campbell, Connor, White, these three continue to fight behind behind our race leader, Gavin Higgins.
Ryan Campbell with the speeding penalty on pit road 2. That's going to hurt.
Yeah, because this is a money stop. Oh, man, look at that. All those trucks battling with each other towards the middle of the field. Look at this!
Oh.
Theron splitting the gap. Oh, my goodness. Oh, this is not going to end well. They are blitzing. Oh, Dorr! Wow, what a save by Dusty Dorr! Oh my goodness, how did he hold on to that truck? Yeah, a lot of trucks on fresher tires just abusing the trucks that have not pitted yet. Big contact from the 81 and Nico Garcia.
Yeah.
There is it's a lot of shenanigans going on a race chatter. Matthew Weeks having to come over the chat to tell everyone to simmer down now. As we watch Cutlip and McIntosh battle.
I know more than most. I know as a driver, you get aggravated when you got the pressure tires and you're way faster, and these guys on those tires are kind of in the way, but you got to manage. You got to know that they're slower, and they got to know that you're faster too. It's like y'all got to work together in that situation. I know people get aggravated and start arguing about it, but you both got to deal with the situation and just get over it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the cards everyone is dealt. So you gotta help ensure that everyone survives, and it takes give and take from both parties. The haves and have-nots. The have tires. That wow, that was a kind of dangerous pit road entry for Caleb Becumer, because I did not hear him or see him call it out.
Yep, I didn't hear nothing, didn't see nothing in the text chat. I just seen him turn left and almost got wrecked. That was close.
Yeah, as Jay Connor is going to be making his way down pit road. So you see 37 and the 66.
Yep.
Believe this.
And
Go on, Matt.
Higgins is coming in this time too.
Alrighty, well, let's see, and I'm curious on when we're going to see guys like Cutlip, Eitzen, Stanley bring it in, because surely they can't make it to the end, right?
I don't know. I really don't know.
Jesse, are you able to see when they last pitted? Let's see, 43 laps.
Oh, that's gonna be close. I don't.
Yeah, that's a big ol' there, Matthew. It's gonna be close.
How it's looking, they're about 8 to 10 laps short. So
See Ty
Ty Mac.
McIntosh.
Yep.
Yeah, Cutlip, Eidson and company might be doing the caution dance here. William White gonna bring it in from P2. Gerald Campbell continues to circulate the racetrack. He is our race leader right now, 1 second over Jonathan Cutlip.
And it's gonna go down quick. John has the fresher tires. He just lost a spot. I think Javier right there has just come off pit road a couple laps ago, so he's gonna be flying by as well. This is gonna be interesting. I want to know if these guys can make it to the end or not. It's gonna be close.
Yeah, it would definitely explain the call to bring it onto pit road during that last caution that we were kind of wondering about.
Yep. And I thought Seth was actually cut lip there with that green.
Yeah, both of them, Rawls and Javier, brought it down pit road a bit ago and unlapping themselves. Meanwhile, towards the back, you got Justin Vandermarl battling with Inabnit and Rut. Look at that. We are 3 wide going into turn 1. And Jay Connor trying to follow through as well.
Ooh, Justin got a little tight right there in the middle.
Yeah. Now, that wasn't for position. Vandermarl's on the lead lap. A lot of those trucks aren't. A lot of those trucks pitted. I believe Vandermarl, I honestly can't remember if he pitted with Stanley and them or if he has not pitted.
I don't think he pitted with them because he was in front of him at the start of the run. So.
Okay, so one of your last to bring it down then, I believe.
Which is insane because he's went further than everybody. So I could be wrong on that. I was, at that time, I was doing the race control thing and looking at replays. So I really didn't get to see who all pitted. It's John. I wonder if John's just going to ride back here behind Gerald in his draft, try to save some fuel.
Yeah, Cutlip still has about 1.3 seconds back to the next truck he has to worry about, Trey Eidson. Ooh, that's close.
So one thing about this place, man, it just makes the racing so much closer because it's there's 2 good lines and they're really close together. So.
Yeah, so you have everyone basically throwing haymakers at each other for track position.
Exactly. We'll see another Jay getting his lap back with his fresher tires.
Here we go, 3 wide again. White, Stanley, Adams.
Still 3 wide here is these guys with the fresher tires just flying.
My goodness. McIntosh goes through. Shea trying to go through as well. We see more trucks unlapping themselves as here comes Cutlip to the inside of Gerald Campbell. He tucks back in. Campbell still holding on to the lead for now. The 31 gonna have to bring it down to pit road one last time. But the question is, will the 5, will the 92, the 91?
It's gonna be close. Oh.
Yeah, so many questions that yet to be answered. We will get those answers in another 11 laps.
As John's fighting for this lead, you know, we got these lap trucks who are on fresher tires. You know, they're way faster, but they're letting these guys battle it out.
And they cannot afford to waste time themselves. As here comes White to the inside, gonna make it 3 wide. Josh Adams bringing it down to pit road. That's big. I believe he was on the same strategy as we are. Almost 4 wide. White, Campbell going by. Ryan Campbell going by as Jonathan Cutlip will pass Gerald Campbell for the lead of this race. New race leader, Jonathan Cutlip.
Now the question is, does he have enough fuel to make it to the end?
Yeah, Adams, not sure what strategy Adams was on, but we know he's bringing it down. Let's see here. Well, we already pitted, so can't compare.
Well, Campbell's 66 laps, so
Yeah.
oh.
So I think all of them are gonna be good to go then, looking at that.
Yep.
As there's Gerald Campbell making his way down pit road.
But they had some cautions in there too.
Yeah. Posick gonna be pitting from P10. As now Cutlip has almost 3.5 seconds back to Trey Eitzen. He can just cruise. Trey Eitzen hemorrhaging time himself. He just lost another 3/10 in about half a lap.
I wonder if he's saving. Losing that much time that quick, I'm sure you're probably on the clutch and saving in the corners here, trying to get as much as you can.
Yeah, pace about even between these two. As we have 7 laps to go.
I see Justin Vandermeer starting to put some pressure on Stanley back there.
Yeah, great run for Justin Vandermarl. Trying to see if he can get his way onto the into the top 3. David Westergreen doing a good job to hold on to that P6 right behind a late Norgard, trying to see if he can get to the top 5.
All right, I think we're about at the 60 lap mark on this run with these guys, so we're going to see if they can actually make it to the end or not. If they can, they should be pitting soon. You don't want to wait to the last lap.
Absolutely, as we have 5 laps to go from Nashville. Oh, chaos! Oh. We got a caution! Oh my goodness! Well. This changes everything. We're still trying to find what brought the caution out.
The 37 and the 66 on lap 98 as soon as they cross the line. So 90, yeah, they were on 97, and as soon as they hit lap 98, yep.
Oh, wow. Well, your race leaders, I believe, are having to bring it down. Not all of them, though. Cutlip And Vandermarl stay out. But Stanley, Norgard, well, we are going to have a green-white checkered. Yeah, we'll take a break and take a breath, and we'll be back shortly.
Since 2010, race fans have had one burning question. When will the Xfinity Series return to Worldwide Technology Raceway? You asked, NASCAR delivered. On Saturday, September 6, 2025, the magic is back. The track that launched the legendary careers of Harvick, Busch, Keselowski, Edwards, and Earnhardt Jr. is now ready to write that next chapter. We're going to introduce you to a new crop of future champions and Hall of Famers. And in the process, we'll create more of the greatest moments in racing history. NASCAR Weekend 2025, the NASCAR Cup Series Championship Playoffs, the Confluence Music Festival, and now 250 miles of the NASCAR Xfinity Series. 2 incredible races, 1 challenging track, a 3-day party of epic proportions. Go to www.raceway.com and lock in your weekend racing and camping packages for as little as $20 down.
Alrighty, we are back and we are 1 to green. This is going to be interesting. A lot of the cars that were about to stretch it brought it down pit road, but Vandermarl and Cutlip didn't. So it makes you wonder how much fuel is in the tank of that 5 truck. As you see racing deal between the 37 and the 66 that brought out that caution. Yeah, this is going to be close for a lot of trucks here. It's a pace car getting ready to make that hard left-hand turn down pit road. Jonathan Cutlip will lead us to the restart zone. Green means go. We're back underway at Nashville. Green, white, checkered is upon us.
Good jump by Justin.
Yeah, the best jump we've seen from the outside. Trying to hold on to the outside of the 5. He will not. Cutlip clears. So we see a whole lot of race. Look at this massive humanity behind the race leaders. Oh my goodness. 3, 4 wide. Oh, they're not. Oh, how we have survived. Oh, we got a truck going around. Oh, we got a truck getting turned up to the outside wall. Major crash. Calamity. But we are still green. Oh, we got a truck flipping. They're still wrecking, but we're still green. Vandermarl trying to run down Jonathan Cutlip. I don't think Vandermarl's going to do it. His hope is that the 5 stumbles coming off of turn 4. Full song for the 5, and he's going to do it. Jonathan Cutlip will win at Nashville.
Holy cow.
Wow. Oh, everything happened coming off of turn 4, taking the white flag. Stanley Phillips lights in, and all hell breaks loose after that. Oh my goodness. Everyone's still wrecking. Oh, look at this. Where do you even start? There's just nothing but, oh wow. Good gracious. That looks expensive. Oh, poor JP gets hit again right there for good measure. Oh my goodness. I don't even know who finished where. Oh man, look at Logan Shea flipping. Oh my lord. Oh, someone's tailgate is just flying through the air. Oh, man. Oh! Wow. Oh! Who was that drove underneath Logan Shea as he was flipping? I couldn't. We were on board. I couldn't tell who it was, but oh, this is gonna be a sight to behold. Oh, and they wrecked ahead. Shea missed the initial. Oh, he just got clipped. Oh, and flying through. Oh, man. Holy crackers. Wow. Alrighty, we will take a breath and collect ourselves and back with our top three.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
And we are back, and after a wild night in the Music City, we are going to start off with our third place finisher of Dustin Dure. Dusty, James in the booth, you got a copy.
10-4, boys. How's it going?
Wow. First of all, the major question, and it's going to be the first question for the entire top three. How did you stretch the fuel?
Wow. You know, I think we were all saving from the drop of the green flag on lap 40. I know I was. When I crossed the line there, I had one lap left, so I wasn't going to make it another run there. But thank goodness the yellow didn't come out before the line there because they were piling up behind me.
Yeah, that was a big break for all the top three. You had yourself a heck of a race. At one point, you got turned and you were having to basically drift through 1 and 2. How did you hold on to that truck?
Boy, that was just dedication right there and a heart, man. I did what I had to do. There was no guarantee I was going to make it through that corner, but yeah, I wasn't happy about that at all. I know those guys are on new tires and they got to do what they got to do, but dang it, there you can't. That's a little bit too aggressive there. I know they were screwing with Westergreen just a lap before, then they got into me, and just thank goodness we kept the truck going straight and rallied back there because I lost a few spots there, but the truck was fast enough and hooked up on the track that drove around the guys and got back to at least where I wanted to be.
Yeah, and take us through what was going through your mind when that caution came out.
Oh man, originally I was sick to my stomach. Like I got to pit here for fuel. I got to pit, and I'm like, you know what? Screw it. You know, if I pit now, I'm gonna finish probably 15th to 25th. Who knows? Another yellow comes out. I'm gonna be back there anyway, so screw it. Let's take the chances and go. But yeah, I wasn't happy to see the yellow. And again, coming to the white on the green white checkered, those guys were wrecking, and I'm like, please, the yellow do not come out right now. That was rather intense.
That it was, but an incredible job from you tonight. Any sponsors, plugs, shout outs you like to give?
Heck yeah, first of all, to you boys in the booth, you know, we wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't for you. You give our fans and spectators enjoyment a few times a week, and we appreciate you. Do Good Motorsports, I wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't for Do Good at all. It's a family over here. I appreciate them a lot. Miss Goodies, home of the famous hooded towel. Y'all, if you haven't got one of these, seen one of these, you need to get one of these. You can find her on Facebook at Miss Goodies. Tell them the Dragon sent you. They'll take good care of you. To my dad at JD's Hilltop Salvage. Hello, Dad. He's there for all of your scrappy needs. And Randy Big Balls Walters. Hope you're watching tonight, buddy, and have a cold one for me.
Alrighty, well, we appreciate you, Justin. Hopefully, we're talking to you again next week.
Heck yeah, let's go, boys. Let's have some fun.
Alrighty, there is our absolute pumped P3 finisher, and now time to talk to second place, Justin Vandermarl. Justin, James in the booth, you got a copy?
Sure do, buddy.
All right, well, I'm going to extend the same question to you that I asked Dusty. How did you stretch the fuel?
If I'm completely honest, I pushed a little bit too hard after we stopped, and in the middle of the run was like, oh, my fuel number's not going down, so I have to back off a little bit. And honestly, I think it helped me save a little bit tire too, because I got into a good battle with Stanley and Adams before he stopped. But coming to the line, I had about half a gallon left before that little burnout stunt with John. So I'm glad that it paid off. Shout out to the league for going green on that last run. They tried their hardest to wreck, but they pulled it off. So that was pretty exciting. And fuel mileage is always a cool way to finish a race. So I'm glad we got to run that one out.
Yeah, take us through that battle, because we saw you, John, and Stanley and Eitzen just doing your damnedest to try to get through the traffic there. You guys got real close on a number of occasions.
It's a little bit of the timing of all the stops coming in, so people are impatient with the laps winding down, right? They're like, they got to push because we're so far ahead saving fuel. So people are a little bit impatient. I saw a lot of people using the bumper, which was a little bit unfortunate at times. 4 wide, 3 wide racing, as exciting as it is, tempers flare a little bit. I know Weeks had to tell some people to simmer down on the radio too. Just I'm trying to have my own battle with Stanley there, and it was a good battle. It just, with the way the truck was tonight, pushed tight on a longer run, you just couldn't get enough of a grip on the bottom lane to make anything happen. You can get maybe to their door, but nothing past that. And once he's not going to give up the top, you kind of just have to hope on those lap cars coming by to make something else happen. We figured we kind of had to stop on or stay out on the green white checker. There wasn't really an option with where we were, and we got enough of a buffer. So Stanley decided to flip the strategy, and it didn't work in his favor. We took it instead. So I have nothing else to say about that. That was just, it's all luck pretty much, I feel like.
Yeah, and just take us through what was going through your mind when you see that massive wreck in your mirror as you guys are about to take the white.
We were in our other Discord call, and I'm just like shouting at John, like, please get to the line. I think I said it about 3 or 4 times, because if another caution had come out on that green white checker, we would have for sure had to stop for fuel. So just hope and prayer at that point.
Alrighty, well, fantastic job, Justin. Any sponsors, plugs, and shout outs you'd like to give?
I always give a shout out to Red Bull on the truck, and they were on my ARCA championship car too. So shout out to them. Shout out to Fueled Up Racing. Casey Hatch, Trey Holmes is on my box again, being the crew chief. Harrison Talon, Kurt Gibson, Dan Martinez, all helping out tonight. Good group of guys. You can always rely on them. So good finish. We're going to keep plugging away for the next couple weeks here.
Alrighty, well, we appreciate you, Justin. Hopefully we're talking to you again next week.
Thanks, James.
Alrighty, now time to talk to our race winner. John, James in the booth, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Alright, well, once again, going 3 for 3 on this question. How did you stretch the fuel?
Yeah, It was a bit of a stroke of luck, to be honest, because the last caution before that long run, it put us right into the green window. So if we could just save a touch throughout the entire run, that we're gonna, make it to the end. And luckily, everything worked out to where I was able to pull draft down the straightaways and save a little bit of fuel through the corners, and I was able to just keep speed up and save fuel.
Yeah, and you did a fantastic job of that, and it really kind of played out in your favor too, because it's not quite the qualifying effort I think we would have expected from the 5 truck, and you were kind of mired there outside the top 10, but this really helped you kind of make your way up through the pack and kind of get a reset of sorts.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what was going on with qualifying. I was kind of just lost the entire practice. I knew our race speed was going to be fast because it generally is. Like, you can get a sense of, where the speed is for a race run. But yeah, I'm normally pretty decent at qualifying, but I was just completely lost tonight. And qualifying outside the top 10, I was kind of worried because Nashville is typically super hard to pass at, especially at night. So I was a bit worried that we were just going to get 20 lap runs in a caution, because then it would just be super difficult just to make your way up through the field. But yeah, luckily the first stint of the race, we got a few laps in there, and I was able to make a few spots up, and then the pit window opened up and took the last stop of the race, and the race went pretty long after that, and we were able to get some positions up. Almost made it up to the lead. Just before the last caution, I just got by Gerald, but yeah, things just worked out for us tonight.
Yeah, and you did a great job of, taking the opportunity and making your way past the leaders that were on your strategy, like getting by Stanley, knowing how much of a crucial pass that was.
Yeah, for sure. It was going to be who can save who, and then it would turn into a track position game, because I knew it was going to be between me, Stanley, and Eidson, and a few others, but we were making our way through the field about the same pace, and I knew I was going to have to get ahead of him at some point, and he got held up by some slower traffic, and we made our move, and we were able to just save enough fuel and pull a bit of a gap on him and Eidson. But yeah, it's just one of those things where you have to pick and choose some moves, and hopefully luck's on your side, and it was tonight.
Yeah, that was an incredible win. Fantastic race for you. Any sponsors, plugs, and shout outs you'd like to give?
Shout out to you guys over here in Elite. The race was super fun. Like I said, I was kind of worried that it was just going to be a bottom feeder and just super tough to pass, but we could spread out tonight, so that was super enjoyable. Shout out to you guys over here, Jesse, James, and Matthew, for putting the broadcast together. I hope the race was enjoyable to watch and commentate on. Shout out to Race EPI. Our Red Pro team, it's a lot of fun working with those guys. It's a good group of guys to learn from and just to really hone your craft. So if you want to get into open racing or just driver coaching, check them out. Shout out to Pro Edge Racing. Shout out to my close friend Justin. He came in second tonight. I'm super proud of him. He's been getting leaps and bounds better than he thinks on oval, and he's starting to see some results from that. He just clicked off the Arcade Championship not too long ago, so yeah, I'm super stoked to see him, getting quicker and quicker. But shout out to my mom. She's super supportive. Hopefully she enjoyed the race tonight. It wasn't too stressful, but yeah. I think that just about wraps it up.
So, John, before we let you go, I just want to say you called it. I was over in the other Discord before I came over here to do productions today, and he's like, "I'll see you later while I'm up in the booth."
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. We did call it. The truck was about as fast as loop internet, so it couldn't be denied.
I wasn't gonna say anything. I remember you calling it in the other Discord time. I'll be up there. I'm gonna win the race. I wasn't gonna say nothing the last 5 laps. So, the jinx you.
Yeah, yeah. It started to sound a little scary, and I was just hoping that caution wasn't going to come out, but unfortunately it did. But luckily we had enough of a gap between us and the fresher tires. But I'm looking forward to see how the race looked from the broadcast point of view.
It was a good race.
Alrighty, well, we appreciate you, John, and hopefully we're talking to you again next week.
Sounds good. Have a good night.
Alrighty, well, real quick, we'll go through the final running order. Your winner, Jonathan Cutlip from Justin Vandermeer and Dustin Dorr, the top 3. William White and Shane Tyrion round out the top 5. Ty McIntosh, Tommy Ryan, Harrison Talon, D West, and Ricky Harden, the top 10. Jane Rasimas, Austin Inabnet in 12th. Dylan Javier, a Leighton Regard. Neil Rutt, his best finish of the season in P15. Jeff Ryan, Shad Judson, and Gerald Campbell will round out the top 18. Nico Garcia, Caleb Percumer, top 20. Gavin Higgins, Ethan Stanley, Cody McCorkle, Richard Thomas, Jay Connor, top 25. JP Phillips, Connor Thompson, Seth Rawls, Logan Shea, Trey Eidson in top 30, Michael Hosek, Graham Bullis, Tyler Dixon, Mitchell Javier, Josh Adams, and Liam Cullen, the second page. And Ryan Campbell, Sam Boutwell, Kurt Gibson, Cole Baird, Joe Francis, and Brandon Smith round out the field. Well, Matt, what are your closing thoughts on tonight's race?
It was a good race. We seen it all. We had a good 35 lap run to start the race for tires. So we had a tire race. Then we had a couple, restarts right there. Then we had a long run for fuel. We had a fuel race. Then we had a late race restart. So we had it all in one race tonight. So it was good.
That we did. It was a fantastic run for everyone. Fantastic race to watch. And I think that is the best note to end on. So, for my broadcast partners, Matthew Weeks and Jesse Rasimas, I'm James Watson bidding you good night from the Music City.